Hello everyone, I am Avantika Kansal and you are watching New India Junction. In today's video, we are going to talk about India's digital transformation that has happened in last 1 decade and having said that, majorly in last 5 to 6 years. So when we look at the first graph, it talks about the forex reserve of India, which has grown exponentially as we can see. And also if we see here, somewhere in 2016 and 17, it has shown a humongous growth, which has not even stopped at the time of the pandemic, which kept on growing. And this started happening just after 2014 when new policies were implemented and this kept on growing. So when we look at this graph, it talks about the GDP per capita USD. So and this it talks about adults with an account in percentage. So somewhere around here, a nation having 22,000 USD GDP per capita has around 80% adults with bank account, whereas India, which is a nation which has a very low GDP as compared to this, still has around 80% adults with an account. Any nation which has 22,000 GDP per capita, if we have to reach to their level in terms of adults with an account, it would have taken us 47 years. But India has reached to this level just in 9 years, which is a very good example of non-linear growth, and it has now surpassed 80% also, which has been possible with the help of Jan Dhan accounts. Now, as we can see in this graph, it is a double benefit which has happened with the data cost going down and percentage of Indian citizens using smartphone rising, and at the same time data cost has gone down. Now coming to this graph, earlier in April 2016, hardly anyone was doing any digital transaction. There was no acceptability of digital transaction in India. But then UPI was introduced, and as we can see, just in 6 years, the acceptability of UPI has gone from absolutely hardly any number here to almost more than 1,200,000 crore is the value of payment. And if we see the volume of payment, it is somewhere around 8,500 million, which in itself is a proof of India accepting digital transformation. Now, if we look at this, this is basically related to the COVID vaccination, which has been given to the Indian citizens, which started in 2021. And it has been possible with the help of COVID. With the help of this application, anyone can get all the doses anywhere in India. So they can take first dose in any city, second in any city, and booster in any city, and they can keep a track of all these doses together. They don't really have to go physically and just keep a track of this physically. At the same time, logistically also, government made it possible that the vaccination doses are made available to the citizens of India. So as we discussed, all these changes which have come are irreversible. It is not that they are going to be reversed. It is not that they are temporary. They are permanent changes. They are irreversible and also non-linear. Like we discussed, a growth of 47 years, India has achieved in just 9 years. Now moving forward, if we talk about DBTs, they have increased in massive numbers, and the reason behind this is the introduction of JAM Trinity. So when we talk about JAM Trinity, it is Jan Dhan accounts which have been possible with the help of Aadhar. Aadhar is the unique identification number given to individual, and also it has been linked with their mobile. So now that all the data is streamlined and it is at one place, direct DBTs have been very easy, and people have been getting all these DBTs. Now, summing up the digital transformation which has happened in India. So when we talk about digital public infrastructure, it has 3 layers. One is identity layer, which is basically the Aadhar card. Then the payment layer, which is basically UPI, and the data layer, which is basically the digital acceptability and the data that has been made available to Indian citizens. So this is the basic idea of digital identity, which is the Aadhar number, which is a unique identification number of 12 digit. So basically till 2013-14, there was no legal backing given to Aadhar, which was an idea introduced in 2009. Only after 2014, it got legal backing, basis which it was introduced to the citizens, and all Indian citizens were able to get a unique identity of their own. Even World Bank's economist Paul Romer has mentioned that this is one of the best digital identity system which exists in the world. Now when we talk about this is about FASTag. So if we see here, earlier there was no volume or value in which the trading was done. But as we can see, this graph has gone up, and this is about FASTag issuance. So this is again an exponential growth which has come in terms of FASTag acceptability, FASTag issuance. And basically this signifies the number of transactions, the volume which is happening when it comes to FASTag, and which is also backed by the value, which has been increasing. But as we see, proportionally this volume is much more because small transactions are taking place, and that reflects the acceptability of FASTag amongst everyone in the country. Now moving to GST. With the help of GST, trading has been made easy. Now anyone, say a person, a vendor from Bihar can go and sell his goods to anywhere in the country. And when it comes to e-way bill, manufacturing goods, transportation has been made easy. Now they don't have to stand in line and clear 500 bills. So everything put together, the movement of people, of businesses has been made very easy. Now coming to DigiLocker. DigiLocker again is a very good online system where a person can keep all their documents together. There are 17.4 crore users of DigiLocker as on February 2023, and 592 crores documents have been issued, and that is the massive acceptability that DigiLocker has. DPIs have helped make the government efficient. Let's see how. There has been a cumulative value of all cash payments worth rupees 29.8 lakh crores. Also, when we look at the number of beneficiary transactions just in 2022-23, it has been 693 crore transactions. Also, when we talk about the GDP growth, it from financial year 2009-10 to financial year 22-23, it has increased by 3.74 times. So the increase is almost 3.74 times. When we talk about FIIs, earlier we were dependent on foreign investments, but currently that is not the case. We have domestic investors, and that is how digital has helped India to keep afloat. India is the only country in the world which has been building population scale API and open networks to digitally transform society. So API, for an example, UPI is there. Now UPI is going worldwide, global, and other countries are accepting it, like Singapore is there. They are accepting it. We are heading towards real-time transactions between foreign countries, and also now remittance would be available, that could be done. So that's the power of UPI, which has been developed by India, and that is how other countries are taking a note of it, and that's the kind of technology they are plugging it in their system. Now, when we talk about India having a strong digital foundation, it came from the IT industry, which was introduced to India somewhere around early 1990s, which eventually has taken off, and now it is growing. And if we can see, since 2014, it is showing an exponential growth in the IT sector. And basis IT sector, the entire country's digital infrastructure is going. Same way we can see in the Forex, and also same phenomena we can see in GitHub accounts. Also, India's startup ecosystem is now getting built because of the IT. This is the kind of startups that we have in India currently. In 2016, we had We did not even have 1,000 startups. We had less than 1,000 startups. Just to fast forward 6 years, and we have 90,892 startups. Also, if we talk about unicorn, at as of now, currently, we have 100 plus startups that have turned into unicorn. And if we look at this curve, TV was pretty much there, and people were putting a lot of money on the broadcasting rights on TV. But if we see this graph, digital has almost surpassed TV, and highest bid for IPL broadcasting is done on digital now. Concurrent watching time is massive when we talk about digital. So, till now in the presentation, we discussed that India is upgrading from an offline to an online, from transaction taking place in cash to cashless, from informal way of progression to formal way, and from low productivity economy, India is now moving towards high productivity economy. Now, it's as we can see, DPGs are making it easy for anyone to take loans with the help of their credit transactions that are available digitally. And same goes for e-commerce, and same goes for logistics. Also, DPGs plus startups together are solving major challenges, which are also leading to an explosion in small ticket loans. And here we can see, which is a phenomenal discovery, which has been a phenomenal incline in terms of a small scale ticket loan. From here, in financial year 2017, which was only 3.4%, to financial year 21, which is 69.7%, which in itself talks about volume, talks about number, and talks about how easy it is to take loans and how people are getting benefited, especially because now they can take small ticket loans. So as we can see, DPGs are creating a single physical market. How? GST has made business easy. Transactions, also selling of merchandise has been made easy. E-way bill have made goods transaction and transportation very easy. And when it comes to FASTag, movement across cities, across highways, not only that, even in mall people are using FASTag. So all these things put together have made everything very easy. Now, as we can see here, ONDC, which is Open Networks for Digital Commerce, they are now giving platform to small retailers for their platform to be visible online. And they are getting that visibility also. That is how their business is also growing, taking up. Now let's come to one of the most important initiative which the entire world is talking about, which is the AI initiative. So AI initiative is coming here in India so that the language barriers could be eradicated, and all those issues which are coming could be eradicated so that the businesses are easier, digital gets more lineage, more, it grows more exponentially, and that is what initiative in the field of AI will be doing. Also, when we talk about this graph, there's something known as credit mass, which is basically till one level an economy has to put in efforts, and after that the increase, the growth is phenomenal, exponential. Rather, we can also say it is the effect of compounding that takes place. Same is now happening in India. India has reached to that level. IT services were introduced somewhere around 1990s, and in all these services, which is digital identity, which is your Aadhar card, then Indian stack, cheap smartphones, this basically started coming after 2014. To cheap internet, startup economy, formalization, digital first taxation, and all these have put India on the way of achieving the goal of $10 trillion economy. India is already fifth largest economy in the world. and it is on its way to become third largest economy, and this has been possible by all these things which have been implemented, especially with the help of digital, and which has created a compounding effect, making it progress towards its goal. So that was all about India's digital transformation, especially the transformation which has happened in last 5 to 6 years. I hope you found this video informative. If case you did, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to New India Junction. This is Avantika Kansal signing off. Until next time.